Hi students, in this video we shall learn about glycolysis from the lesson Respiration in Plants. So what do you mean by glycolysis? Glycolysis is derived from two Greek words, glykos which means sweet and lysis means breaking down or splitting. It is also known as Amenden-Mayer-of-Parnas pathway or EMP pathway. Clear children? Okay, we'll see the next concept, that is actually where does this glycolysis takes place? It takes place in the cytosol of the cell. During this process, the glucose molecules are splitted and separated into two ATP and two NADH molecules, which are later used in the process of aerobic respiration. Clear children? ATP means adenosine triphosphate and NADH is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, which are later used in the process of aerobic respiration. We have two phases of glycolysis, children, that is preparatory phase and payoff phase. So here in this phases we can see there is breakdown of glucose into pyruvate molecule. In preparatory phase, it consists of 1 to 5 steps of glycolysis, children, where the glucose is broken down into 3 carbon compound, that is glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate. Next, in payoff phase, it consists of last 5 reactions of glycolysis, children, where glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate is converted into 2 molecules of pyruvate. Now we shall discuss about the steps of glycolysis in detail, children. The first step is phosphorylation. Here the starting material is glucose and the product is glucose 6 phosphate and the enzyme is hexokinase. Here a phosphate group is transferred from ATP to glucose, making glucose 6 phosphate. Glucose 6 phosphate is more reactive than glucose, and the addition of phosphate traps glucose inside the cell, since glucose with the phosphate cannot readily cross the membrane. Here we can see the glucose is added with phosphate, children, from ATP. ATP is converted into ADP, where one of the phosphate is connected to the 6 carbon group. That's why it's called glucose 6 phosphate. The second step is isomerization. Here the starting material is glucose 6 phosphate and the product is fructose 6 phosphate and the enzyme is phosphoglucoisomerase or phosphohexose isomerase. In this step, glucose 6 phosphate is converted into its isomer, that is fructose 6 phosphate. Here we can see isomers are nothing but having same molecular formula but different structural formula, children. Here aldose glucose 6 phosphate is converted into ketose fructose 6 phosphate. The third step is phosphorylation, children. Here the starting material is fructose 6 phosphate and the product is fructose 1,6 biphosphate. A phosphate group is transferred from ATP to fructose 6 phosphate, producing fructose 1,6 biphosphate. Here fructose 6 phosphate is converted into fructose 1,6 biphosphate. Here ATP is utilized, where from ATP one of the phosphate group is connected to the first carbon position. Therefore it's called fructose 1,6 biphosphate. The next step is breakdown or cleavage step, children, where the starting material is fructose 1,6 biphosphate and the two products are formed, children, glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate, dihydroxyacetone phosphate with the help of an enzyme aldolase. Here fructose 1,6 phosphate is splitted into two molecules, children, that is glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate and dihydroxyacetone phosphate. These two molecules are isomers of each other, but only one glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate can directly continue through the next steps of glycolysis. Fructose 1,6 biphosphate with the help of an enzyme aldolase is converted into two molecules, children, that is dihydroxyacetone phosphate and glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate. But only glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate will directly participate in the subsequent reactions. The next step is isomerization, children. Here, dihydroxyacetone phosphate gets converted into glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate in the presence of triose phosphate isomerase and can participate in the next reaction of glycolysis. In this step, the starting material is dihydroxyacetone phosphate and the product is glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate and the enzyme is triose phosphate isomerase. In this step, dihydroacetone phosphate is converted into glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. The two molecules exist in equilibrium. Therefore, a pull is created where the glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate is used up. Thus, all the DHAP is eventually converted. Here, dihydroxyacetone phosphate with the help of triose phosphate isomerase is converted into glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. The next step is oxidation, children. Here, the starting material is glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate and the product is 1,3-biphosphoglycerate and the enzyme is glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate dehydrogenase. Here, glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate is converted into 1,3-biphosphoglycerate with the help of an enzyme glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate dehydrogenase along with the formation of NADH. Here, glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate by the addition of inorganic phosphate which is found in the cytosol helps in the formation of 1,3-biphosphoglycerate with the help of an enzyme glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate dehydrogenase along with the formation of NADH. The seventh step is dephosphorylation, children. Here the starting material is 1,3-biphosphoglycerate and the product is 3-phosphoglycerate with the help of an enzyme phosphoglycerate kinase with the addition of ADP and one inorganic phosphate to form ATP. 1,3-biphosphoglycerate donates one of its phosphate groups to ADP, making a molecule of ATP and turning into 3-phosphoglycerate in the process. 1,3-biphosphoglycerate with the ADP is converted into 3-phosphoglycerate with the help of an enzyme phosphoglycerokinase and production of ATP. The next step is intermolecular shift. Here, the phosphoglyceromutase enzyme catalyzes the transfer of phosphate group from 3-carbon position of 3-phosphoglycerate to 2-carbon position leading to the formation of 2-phosphoglycerate. In this step, the starting material is 3-phosphoglycerate and the product is 2-phosphoglycerate and the enzyme is phosphoglycerate mutase. The next step is dehydration of 2-phosphoglycerate. Here the starting material is 2-phosphoglycerate and the product is phosphoenol pyruvic acid or we call it as PEP and the enzyme is enolase. Here the enzyme enolase catalyzes the removal of one water molecule from 2-phosphoglycerate resulting in the formation of phosphoenol pyruvate or pyruvic acid. The last step of glycolysis is transfer of phosphate from phosphoenol pyruvate to ADP. Here the starting material is phosphoenol pyruvate and the product is pyruvate and the enzyme is pyruvate kinase. Here 2 molecules of ADP is converted into 2 molecules of ATP. So the phosphoenol pyruvate readily donates its phosphate group to ADP making a second molecule of ATP. As it loses its phosphate, phosphoenol pyruvate is converted to pyruvate, which is the end results of glycolysis. Here children, phosphoenol pyruvate is converted into pyruvate, which is the end product of glycolysis with the help of an enzyme pyruvate kinase. Now we shall see what is the total input of all 10 reactions, children. That is the glucose when made to react with 2 ATP molecules and 2 inorganic phosphates with 2 NADH and 2 hydrogen ions and with 4 ADP molecules. The total result produced is 2 pyruvate molecules with 4 ATP with the release of water and 2 NADH high energy rich compounds plus with 2 ADP molecules. Now, what happens to pyruvate and NADH compounds, children, which are produced during glycolysis? At the end of glycolysis, we are left with 2 ATP, 2 NADH, and 2 pyruvate molecules. If oxygen is available, the pyruvate can be broken down or oxidized to produce carbon dioxide in cellular respiration, making many molecules of ATP. Now we shall see the overall process of glycolysis. That is, the first step is the glucose is converted into glucose 6-phosphate, which is further converted into fructose 6-phosphate and then fructose 1,6 biphosphate. And we have two molecules, that is glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate and dihydroxyacetone phosphate. Then glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate is converted into 1,3-biphosphoglycerate and then 3-phosphoglycerate, which is reduced to 2-phosphoglycerate, and then phosphoenol pyruvate and pyruvate. I hope you have understood the concept of glycolysis, children. See you in the next video. Thank you.